I'm Yvonne. I'm a card maker and I teach card making and a stay-at-home mum. I suffer from RSI in both of my wrists, which means I can't lift things or do things repetitive. I was diagnosed with RSI in February 1991 after a catastrophic computer event at work. None of the doctors or specialists that I've been to have ever been able to pinpoint exactly what's damaged within my nerves. When I was first diagnosed, I pulled back from friendships. I didn't want to admit that I had a problem. When people asked why I didn't work, I would find any other excuse to say other than I had a health condition. Something that I do struggle with is doing food shopping. Just pushing a shopping trolley, it can be a strain for me, so I don't actually use my hands usually to push it. I will use the forearm. See, even just that killed my hand just then. Even being a housewife, I have to do one major job per day, otherwise it creates extreme pain. Nobody would really know that I had any disability unless they see me squint in pain. RSI, or repetitive strain injury, I don't admit to having it very often because it is still a bit of a taboo subject. You can't see what's wrong. You can't see a physical injury, so people question whether there's really anything wrong. Whether they really do or whether that's just in my head, who knows? It's a battle sometimes mentally. I suffer from depression and I take medication for that. And I suffered from postnatal depression, certainly with my first baby, but I didn't admit that to anybody and nobody diagnosed it because I'd already failed, as I saw it, as a professional, and I wasn't going to fail as a mum, so I never wanted to admit that I had depression. I then did a bit of party plan because being a home mum, even though that was wonderful, it was not giving me a break and not helping me mentally. So I did party plan. I sold clothes for quite a few years, and then I found what I wish I had found many years prior, which was card making and designing and teaching people how to make cards. When I looked further into Stampin' Up, I realised that their business is all around people and sharing time with people. I decided to be a Stampin' Up demonstrator because I loved all the product in their catalogue and I couldn't afford to buy the product. So I decided that if I became a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I could sell the gear, and then what money I made from selling it, then I could buy the products myself. Never dreaming that 9 years later I would have my own home studio. I invite people from the public and customers into my home studio to teach them classes 3 times a week. On school holidays I have children's classes. The Stampin' Up business that I've created, I've actually earned 3 overseas holidays with it, not through sales, through inviting other people to join my team and me inspiring them to create beautiful cards. So I don't get their sales, but I get their companionship, their enjoyment. I get a lot of self-satisfaction out of seeing other people enjoy what I do. And when I give somebody a card and they love it because it's handmade and it's made with love. I love teaching other people the art of card making. It is very good for the mind, not good for the body because obviously my arms don't cope well with repetitive stuff or using them a lot. Because I have something really good as a result of pushing through the pain that I experience even doing my card making, it helps to push aside the pain. Don't not do things that you enjoy because you're going to be in pain. Just try and push through because you will get a lot of self-satisfaction and enjoyment out of achieving something at the end.